Today, I'll be showing you how to get started with Sites at UMW. Sites at UMW is one of the two free website building platforms we have at the University of Mary Washington. The other platform is called Domain of One's Own. I'll discuss briefly the differences between the two before diving into Sites at UMW. To get started, you want to go to umw.domains. This will bring you to the landing page for both of our web building platforms. Each platform serves different needs and is appropriate for different projects. You can have an account on both, so choose the one that works best for your project. To briefly compare, Sites at UMW is a more streamlined platform designed to get users building on the web quickly. Think of it like an apartment. It's less responsibility than owning a home, but you're limited in how you can decorate. Domain of One's Own, on the other hand, is a more powerful platform that is suitable for complex projects. Think of it like a plot of land. You can build whatever you want, but you are more responsible for the maintenance and upkeep. Let's get signed up for a Sites at UMW account by selecting the Sign Up button. We'll be brought to a page that'll give us a little bit more information. Sites at UMW is powered by an open source software called WordPress. WordPress is one of the most popular web building applications out there. While Sites at UMW is meant to get you started quickly, you might find you have some questions. On our Get Support page, which you can find linked here, and also along the top of the site, you'll find a Contact Us form, a way to book appointments, and a link to some guides. In case you missed it on the landing page, we provide a bit more information on how Sites at UMW is different than Domain of One's Own. We also link to our feature comparison chart and an in-depth guide in case you aren't sure what platform might work best for you. Before signing up, we have to cover our terms of service. Like any online platform you may use, we have a terms of service we expect you to abide by. We encourage you to pause this video to read through it. We try to write it in friendly language, but here are some things to note. Things like the honor code, our Aspire values, and the network and computer use policies apply to Sites at UMW. You can also use Sites at UMW as long as you're an active member of the UMW community. If you are leaving and want to take your stuff with you, we can help you with that. You can also delete anything you don't want us to hold on to. If you agree, press the I agree to the terms of service button to get to the sign up page. On Sites at UMW, you're going to have two options for getting started. Just a user account or a user account and a site. The vast majority of our users get a user account and a site, so that's what you'll likely want. But just know that if you did select just a user account, you can always sign up for a site later. I'm going to go ahead and select the user account and site sign up button. You'll be brought to a page where you'll be asked to log in with your UMW NetID and password. You'll always log into Sites at UMW with your UMW NetID and password. I'm going to go ahead and put in my credentials and hit login. After that, you'll be redirected to a page where you can claim your first site. First, we're going to pick the URL to our site. That is the URL where people will find you on the web. On Sites at UMW, any site you will create will be built off the main URL, umwsites.net. So you're choosing the prefix, the stuff that comes before umwsites.net. You can choose just about anything you want as long as it contains letters or numbers. Also, you can't have spaces and it has to be all lowercase. And most importantly, it has to be available. For a class, you might consider doing some combination of your name and the class name, or perhaps you want the URL to match the name of the project you are working on. Remember, this is the public URL, so make sure it's something you are happy to share because you can't change it after you picked. The good news is you can create multiple sites on Sites at UMW, so if you want to use this platform again for another project, you can create a new site. I'm going to go ahead with Demo Sign Up. Next, you can decide on the site title. This is the title you see at the top of your site once it's created. You can go back and change the site title at any time, but it is helpful to name your site something descriptive. I'm going to go with Sites at UMW Sign Up Demo. Lastly, you'll have some initial privacy choices. You can allow search engines to index the site. So that means how findable is your site via Google, Bing, or other search engines. There are ways to further restrict access to your site, but for the purposes of getting started, we'll imagine our goal is to share on the open web. Click on the Create a Site to complete the process. Congratulations! You are the proud owner of a new site. This link over here will show you the home page of your new site, and this link will bring you to a page that lists all your sites. Let's go there so we can go update our profile and get to the dashboard for the site we just made. So before we go to the dashboard of our site, let's talk about some profile settings. You can get to your profile settings by clicking on this link over on the left-hand side of the screen. On this page, you can change a couple of settings, but the one I want to bring your attention to is the name area. By default, Sites at UMW uses your full name as a display name. This means any place on the site that might show an author name, like a blog post, will display this name. You may not want your full name out there, or you may prefer to use a nickname or a pseudonym. It is on the screen that you can change that. I'm going to change my name to Sammy D. Eagle, and then use this drop down to change that. It is important to note that this is a global change, so any site you have will inherit this new display name. Make sure you scroll all the way to the bottom and hit Update Profile. Now to get back to where all our sites are, we'll go over to the dashboard and hit My Sites. Now that we're back at the My Sites page, let's talk about getting to where you want to go. On Sites at UMW, you're automatically part of the main site. And here is the site that we just made. You can see links here for getting to various places. This visit link will bring you to the front page of the site we just made, and this dashboard link will bring you to the backside of the site we just made. This is where you can begin to build your site. Let's go ahead and click it. And here we are on the dashboard of our site. You could tell we are on the site that we just made because there it is, demosignup.umwsites.net. In another video, we'll talk more about how to start building content and changing the look and feel of your site. For now, I wanted to mention just two more things. On your dashboard, you'll notice there's a Get Support button. Anytime you run into trouble, feel free to click on this, and it'll bring you to that page I mentioned earlier that has links to a form, ways to book appointments, and also some guides. Also, you may be wondering, how do I get back here after I close out my browser or start over again? You can always get back into your Sites at UMW account by going to umw.domains. This will bring you back to the landing page where we started. Now that you've created an account, you're a returning user, so you can hit the Sites at UMW sign in. And once again, you'll be prompted to log in with your NetID and password if you need to. Or if you are logged in, by clicking on it, you'll be brought to the page where you can see all the sites that you are a part of. That's it. You've now created your account and your first site. Happy adventuring! And don't forget to say hello to the world.